Welcome our viewers to our second part. I'm here with my guest. Her name is Ruth Machocho, and she is the director and founder ELAFB Foundation Africa, ELAFB. And today I'm so inspired with what she's doing to the society, with what is going through all over. This is an international organization coming up. I'm telling you, it is just a big thing, and she's becoming a force in the society. I want her to tell us about the vision, the mission. Why? How did she start it? How? Why? What is it about? You know, we want to know more about it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. This has been a quite interesting and a beautiful journey, by the way, from starting the organization and coming about with the name. Actually, I discovered like it's some sort of like a prophecy. Yeah, you don't just come up with a name from nowhere. Yes, and you can actually tell depth of an organization just by the name.
By the name, I agree with you.
So I was like, tuungane, tujasiri, tufanye nini? But I'm feeling like, no, these are not the names that I needed for that. Then how do I come up with it? Then one day I said, I'm just going to take my moment, my solitude moment, and come up with a real name. That this will be a name that is going to be very intentional, very global, and it will be a name that is not limiting. You know, some names we create them and we think that they are serving everyone or global, but they're just serving. And the name that you manifest for your organization, that is the impact also you are creating for yourself. So I came about with Elite Ability Foundation Africa. Who is elite? So these people are elite. They're special. They're unique. And when I'm using the word special, I'm not talking special because of disability. We are special because of the ability. These are people with unique innovation, interventions, as long as they are given the opportunity and the time and the place to showcase the magic. So elite, it has like a sort of an hyphen. So we are also in the digital world. And it also brings, you can also call a light, the light, in the disability community. So Elite Ability Foundation Africa, and I had to bring the word Africa. I wasn't just looking at Bamburi, Kisauni, Mombasa, Kenya, but growing it to be a global affair, Africa affair. And I'm happy that we don't have to be changing the name of this organization. So the founder, Elite Ability Foundation Africa, and we are very passionate about disability inclusion. We amplify the voices of persons with disability. We push the agenda of advocacy, just creating awareness of what disability is and how best can people carry forward on how to handle disabilities. Driven by a vision and a mission that disability is not a barrier, but a pathway to innovation and meaningful contribution to the society. So disability should not be something that that will block someone from engaging perfectly or actively in changing the world, but it should be a pathway to get you there. Why am I saying a pathway? I'll talk of leaders with disability. So leaders with disability, if people are formulating policies, if people are planning to create a solution to persons with disability, then that disability should even be a plus for you to be in that platform. But not just disability, but your experience, your knowledge, and your power that you bring on the table. Now, most of the time people are coming up with interventions. They come with interventions for persons with disability, but in those tables there's none with disability. The other day I was having a very beautiful conversation with Reverend and Dr. Steve Anyenda from Nyali Baptist, and he shared, do you know how effective it is to work with a leader with a disability? Because when you speak with them, they don't have to read the notes, they have everything. And when they're sharing plights and challenges of persons with disability, they can classify those challenges based on which is the most highest that needs to be carried with so much urgency. What is this and this and this? Unlike somebody who has just started it. I'm not saying this just actually to get people out of their job or out of what they love doing, but there is that connection of people with disability sharing from real life experiences and also the community experiences, because that is their community they are driving. So vision and mission is to create a world where disability is not a barrier but a pathway to innovation and meaningful engagement. We are governed by 4 thematic areas. So we push the agenda of inclusive climate, climate action, whereby we are pushing for systems that are very intentional on how they're handling persons with disability. Let's say, for instance, in your funding mechanism for the international NGOs that are supposed to, the donors, they need to be very intentional on how they are funding organizations for persons with disability. Because when you fund an organization for persons with disability or an organization that is working for persons with disability, that means you're going to reach a large community of persons with disability, unlike an organization that only gives an impression or a representation of persons with disability. Again, in climate space, like when we're coming up with mitigation ways or adaptation ways, they also need to be very inclusive. The other day I was in conference and we were sharing about I was one of the speakers highlighting on how inclusive risk management for children with disability. Yes, we'll talk about early warning systems and create those rooms. And those rooms, they're supposed to accommodate each and everyone. But again, if you create that early warning room and then there is no ramp for somebody on wheelchair, probably there is no sign language interpreter in it, probably there are no things that are supposed to make the life of that person with disability easier, then the room becomes very basic and not so helpful. And like when you build it very intentional, so those are some of the conversation that we bring in climate space. Even when we are creating awareness, our people need to know, and they also need to, and the world also needs to know, how is a person with disability affected with the climate change impacts. What happens to somebody on a wheelchair when there's flooding? How does somebody using a white can survive when the road is muddy and there are so many things? What happens to somebody who is using prosthetic? I'm not supposed to shower with my leg. So what happens when there's flooding and I have to survive? And you know, these impacts, they are humanly contributed. So meaning, if they are humanly contributed, there are also ways on how we can combat them. And if we are going to have ways on how to combat them, then our ways also need to be very intentional, so that they are also in support of persons with disability, to make our lives easier and better in one or another. When we come to economic empowerment, also being very intentional in making sure that persons with disability are empowered. They have the right skills, they have the right opportunity, they have the opportunity. As we are pushing for policies, 5%, how many organizations have persons with disability in their spaces? We should not just have policies because we have to create these policies. We have to have policies that we walk the journey. If the government said this in the constitution, who is following it up? And how is also the government supporting in making sure that these people are getting the benefit as per what was discussed or what is in the constitution or so? When we are talking about education, inclusive education, the children with disability? Are they in school? Are they people locking them out? What are the necessary steps, and what are the rules and rules governing in the event that somebody decides to hide a kid simply because they have a disability? Come on, that's a human with human rights, with even the child protection rights. Why do you keep them? How do we follow up that, and how do we make sure that this kid is also very safe and so? And how do we even support this kid, not just in the primary level, but even in a way how they're going to have their life in the other life after school? Yeah, so that is inclusive education. And then we talk about inclusive health. Do you know, in my line of work, we've come to cases whereby somebody was prescribed some drugs and they were hearing impaired. The doctor did not understand. So communication didn't go well, and for that matter, it was a wrong prescription, which is very unfair. We can solve that. How do you solve it? Let's get sign language interpreters in hospitals, or if the doctors can should have another, like an added advantage, study sign language interpreters, so that you also diversify. You get to know how many, like you are handling diversified people that need your attention. There was a time early last year, ELAFB together with other partners, we had inclusive health day, inclusive health day, and shout out to Aga Khan, one of the amazing people that came in, and we had cancer screening. We had so many services, so many health services in it, almost like 10. And it was quite an eye-opener to most of those service providers, because they said, we've never thought such a thing. Somebody had never thought like somebody with disability, let's say a Down syndrome or autistic, will ever catch like or get cancer. Somebody had never thought something like that. And you know, it's about queuing and all that, and most of the time even the family will feel like, we don't have to, it's going to be lots of work, taking somebody on wheelchair for the screening and stuff. But we intentionally did that medical camp for persons with disability, to help them and also change the narrative and the perception of people that these people are, we are. I forget that I'm also a person with disability. I'm very proud of my prosthetic leg. You never forget. I was corrected the other day, like, hey, you shouldn't say we, they, we. So we. So somebody will forget that as much as I have my disability, I'm still a woman. I will still give birth if I want to, not unless if I have other challenges. I still, if you're a mother, you'll have to take care of your kid just like any other mother. So there's always that gap. And when we don't have voices, voices of organization of persons with disability, voices of disability inclusion activists, voices of people who are working for persons with disability, louder to the communities, to the government, to the schools, and to our families, people tend to treat disability as a subtopic, which is very unfair. Which is very unfair. So that is what we do to remind that we are here and we deserve all the rights, we deserve all the everything that everyone deserves. And those policies, when you push them, we want them actualized. Let's not just have policy because you want to impress us that you're supporting us, but actualize. If you're fixing the roads, fix the roads having in mind that there's somebody using a white cane. With the history of travel, I've been moving around, and when I'm moving around, I'm looking at other people with disability in other places. Like, they're very comfortable. They have owned their disability. And it's not just owning disability because of mental health, but because of the support that they also get from the government, from the community, from the family, and because it makes lives easier for them. If the roads are good, that are very good, that's why somebody with white cane then will not fall because there is a puddle or there is some road, then it becomes easy for that person. Yeah. If we are going to have maximum security, that somebody, our roads are even safe, that somebody on a wheelchair can cross the road perfectly because we've put systems that are accommodative even for persons with disability, then we've changed the world. Yeah. But you find that when we were starting, we were having just a conversation, and we say like some of the things we are even fighting for in most of the time as persons with disability, they're supposed to be conversation. There are conversations that in other places were done some years ago, that right now they're focusing on the global conversation because we find ourselves not contributing on what is happening right now and focusing on the challenges that we are facing. By the time we are catching up on making our contribution to what is happening, it's a bit late. People are talking about other things. Yeah. And all this is compounded challenges are coming about because of our structure. Yeah, from way back. Wow. Yeah. So I'm encouraging, urging anyone working for persons with disability, working with persons with disability, and even persons with disability, if we can come up together, create awareness, everyone playing different roles, family supporting, loving these people, don't lock them, love them, motivate them. When they come out here, they are motivated because already at home there is love. When they go to school, they get the education, their psychological health is also taken care. When they go to other institutional, now they perfect their skills. You'll find that when you're a person with disability and you are empowered, you even forget about your ability or disability because there is so much for you to focus on other than now thinking about my prosthetic. Yeah, my prosthetic will just become an issue when I have issue on it, but it will not be an issue every day, not unless I'm having not a perfect fit or I have a wound, but that is not what I envision or I'm praying for. What I want is I'm able to get out of my home and go to the office and go to the community and attend a conference and make my contributions on how we are going to better their, So if each and every person is going to play their role in advancing disability inclusion, then we are going to have a perfect world. And that's what we do in ELAFB, and we will keep reminding till, I don't know, till when.
Okay, where are you located? You have physical offices, and where are you, where are you based, and the areas that you normally work with?
So we are based at Bombolulu Workshop, the famous Bombolulu Workshop. It's been a home for persons with disability for so many years, and we've been we are hosted at some office in there. Watch Africa, a partner, and everyone is welcome. You're welcome. You can support us in so many ways, or in various ways. We are also in social media. You'll find us on LinkedIn. You'll find us on Twitter, just as Elite Ability Foundation Africa. And we encourage different people. Even at times you can just come learn just different disabilities, disability etiquette. Just learn, get close to us, and get to know how do I ask to help person with disability. You know, there are things at times somebody will advance, will showcase, I'm trying to get the right word, will try to get to help somebody, but in reality probably that particular person with disability didn't want it or didn't expect it because it's our norm, but because you have a different eye, you end up rushing into doing something. And the only time we can change that is when we share lots of awareness. Lots of awareness on disability. So people are very much welcome. You're welcome in supporting our missions. The projects are very diversified, just like at the thematic areas, interventions in climate change, in education, in economic empowerment, and also in the climate
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking about etiquette,
Yeah.
I'd like to know perhaps there's a time perhaps you want to help somebody, but they feel like unawahurumia, and there's a way that at times I try to understand that they don't want kuhurumiwa. So how, like, a part of etiquette, perhaps someone will be asking a question, perhaps I don't understand, what do you mean by etiquette? But can you perhaps shed some light on that?
Yeah, the disability etiquette basically means how do you approach and how do you coexist with person with disability. Yeah, and the best way would be, the best and simplest way, always ask. Always ask. You see me, I'm standing on the road, by the road, and I've spent 30 minutes before I cross the road. I'm afraid. I am still afraid of crossing the road. In fact, right now, I'm even afraid. Not because of the trauma of what I went through, but because the roads are not safe enough.
Yes.
Cars moving very fast, the zebra crossing or pedestrian crossing not respected. So for me to save myself, I have to let each and every car, when it's 100 miles or 200 miles away, that is when I feel like, now you can cross the road. So for somebody who has noticed that I have stood there for so long, they would come, can I help? Of course, yes, thank you. If they see a wheelchair person, can I help? Yes, you can help me. At times, yes, most of the time people don't want to feel like people want to feel independent, but again, what I normally also emphasize in the disability community is we also need the community. We thrive in the community. So at times I urge my fellow PWDs, loosen up a bit, allow people to help, allow people to help. It's not always that people are helping out of looking down upon you. People are just kind, and give that room for the kind gesture.
What is one thing that you did the society, let me call it a success story?
A success story.
Someone that you have worked with, someone who you have walked the journey, you understand where they're coming and where they are today.
That's a beautiful one. The other day I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were actually in a session. And one of friends, I would say, since I'm also with that disability, most of the people I work with, I also call them my friends because they are my friends. We are learning from each other. So when I was getting into this space, I realized there were some whose the speech was not very, very good. Probably somebody is battling cerebral palsy, somebody is autistic. But one thing that I've come to realize, how the speech was versus right now, it's totally different. And I would say it because of the opportunities that we give to each other, the chances that you let somebody do it, speak it, facilitate it, it's changing. And I have come to, because I also study, I study different types of disability, so that I also get to understand and also try to help based on that particular disability. So I've seen tremendous change in how they are communicating, some of them, giving them platforms. They have, it has boosted their confidence that I would feel confident that Rutalia or Ruth is not around, but so-and-so can take over, so-and-so, you can have a conversation with them. And the reception or feedback will always be good, that ati sikuwa nimemunderstand kwa sababu ya lugha yake mimi na nini, you find people can understand. Despite speech challenge or mobility or whatsoever, they'll tell you they came very far, they came very early because of also the etiquette ambazo tunafundishana. If you go somewhere late because of your disability, that is not an excuse. And I would also be proud of the partnership and collaboration that we've had with different organizations when it comes to financial literacy. We are so empowered. Working with so many people, like we've had numerous sessions of financial literacy, and through those financial literacy, most of our people have been equipped with some seed funding. They are running their businesses. And most of these sponsors or donor believed in, if I have to reach these people with disability, then I need to go through ELAFB. And it makes us believe in the work or in the job that we are doing, because we can see the fruits that somebody is watching, somebody entrusts us, somebody entrusts us with their money, somebody entrusts us with their brand as well, you know. So I've been happy. And going back to the vision, where disability is not a barrier but a pathway to collaboration and meaningful engagement, naiona tu tayari inafanyika. So this has been very beautiful for me. And just creating more leaders, or just encouraging each other, more leaders with disability, because if we have more leaders with disability, especially young leaders with disability, then the future is safe. Our voices are going to be everywhere. We are going to be represented everywhere. And also solutions for persons with disability zitaanza kutolewa nyingi.
It's true. It's true. Now I want us to get a little bit personal. How does your day looks like when you're not working?
When I'm not.
Now we're talking about Ruth Machocho. Go home. How does your day look like?
So my mornings, I'm very intentional, by the way. And most of the time, with the many lives that I've lived, different types of life I've lived, I try as much as connect my hobbies with my purpose, connect my free time with my purpose, like almost everything with my purpose. So have fun in your having fun, but also it's contributing to my main goal also. So in the morning, I'll be listening to motivational speakers. I'll be listening to Eric Thomas. I'll be listening to Napoleon Hill. I'll be healing my traumas.
Imagine.
I'll be healing my traumas through Gabonet. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I did not have a choice to get such treatment when I was 5 years old. I could not choose where to be raised. And sorry, mama, sorry. You don't have to grow to be a bitter person, to be a bad person, to be doing so much bad things to people. They were not there. They were not there when you're experiencing that. So give yourself some grace and forgive yourself. So I'm always working on something. Always working on something. It's either I'm trying to lift my energy, or I'm dealing with some emotions that that needs to be dealt with. So most of the time, that is what I am doing, or I'm doing audiobooks.
Nice.
So audiobooks, as I'm preparing myself to go out, that is what I do. I also like cooking.
What is your favorite food?
Basically rice. But again, with my cooking as well, I cook when I'm in good moods. So if I'm not cooking a lot, then something also wrong with me, like mentally. Maybe I'm processing something. I will not cook, but I will eat. So the cooking part I will skip, but I will always eat my food. Please don't die. Don't die of stress. Don't die of stress. Just take care of your body, because when you take care of your body, you are able, the mental health also somehow it's connected in one or another. Other than that, I love researching. So at my free time, the things that I've gathered in social media, in war, the times you go through, let's say, reels, and of course most of the time my reels are also connected to what I'm doing. So I would want to know about this person. I just write it down, and then at my free time I want to learn the new words that I've also learned. I start now checking, what did this person do? What are some of these? I want to be a great public speaker. So I start going through things that I can perfect my skills in the event, in relation to the things. So most of the time, that is what I do. Those are some of my hobbies. And of course, yes, I love being out a bit. A bit. And I also love spending time on my own. Not because I'm a loner, but because that is where I that is when I'm more innovative, more connected to my soul. So to some extent, at times I would be with people for so long, then I feel so overwhelmed that I need to go somewhere, recharge. So I'll just find myself going somewhere, recharge, and then come back. So basically that's me.
Oh, nice. And you know, today some people are just watching this program to understand how to handle the different abled people in their homes. What is it that you think there are challenges that, and also what do we need to do to avoid conflict, or to avoid even them being like low self-esteem? How do we do, like, how do we embrace them, and they need to feel that they're part of us, and they're also human. So how do you think we can handle that? What are the areas perhaps, and the mistakes that we are doing, and perhaps how are we going to correct them?
First of all, I normally say, let's be kind to each other. Like kindness is, let it guide us, let it control us, let it lead us. When you are kind, you become patient in a way. And when you are patient, you are able to study, to learn. There are different types of disabilities, and different types of disability, meaning we all react differently. So study that particular disability that is around you. Be kind to the mother or the family with somebody with disability that you feel it's affecting them mentally or so. Be that shoulder to lean on. And I'm not saying this to sound that disability is a bad thing, but it's because people are also taking time with embracing or accepting disability. I don't know for what reason, but we are there to create awareness, so that we accept it. And we need to all of us accept it as a community. Disability is for everyone. Disability is a club, as they say, for people with us who got accidents, for people who are getting into disability because of diseases, cancer, diabetes. Nakupatia nini? Unapokatwa na wenye wamezaliwa nayo. So we just need to create that environment that we are all kind, and then we are also patient to learn which disability is this. It's autism. How do they behave? What do they like? What they don't like? Which is this other one? It's Down syndrome. How do they live? Which is other disability? It's physical impaired. Now all of us with using prosthetic, crutches, and then also just study behavior of somebody. We have so many people with disability who have not also embraced their abilities. So when they have not embraced their abilities, just like everyone else, somebody can be toxic in one way or another, and then the other people would think it's associated with disability. But again, those are attributes that anyone can hold if they have not dealt with their battles. But again, we try as much as possible to be kind again. I think that would be the best I can advise. Because they're not really schools whereby you will go and start studying about disability inclusion or so, but just interest, and courses are there, but it will also take time. But we thank God for social media. If you want to learn such a disability, you do it. But the basic will be, let's just be kind.
Okay, and now we have talked about the family, about the government. What do you think about it? What do you think the areas that they need to come in? What is the how that perhaps you feel like the government has to do something? Or you are talking about hospitals, you're talking about schools. What do you think they can embrace that part of different abled?
All these people are very key stakeholders when it comes to disability inclusion. We need the government, we need the schools, we need the family, we need the community. First of all, I must applaud the government. They passed the Disability Act, 2024, and it's very rich. It's out there for anyone who would wish to read and understand those benefits and the plights and the rights of persons with disability that the government has passed through. Shout out to the Senator Crystal Asige. It's there. But I would say we still have a long way to go. Let's talk of employment policy, the 5%. Not so many institutions or organizations or companies that are adhering to it. So it's leaving people with disability out because the opportunities hawazipati. So if we can walk that policy as per how we've placed it, then I think we are not very many as persons with disability. I think we will change the world in one way or another. And then to the schools, they should also be accommodative enough, especially make schools that accommodate different, some disabilities can be accommodated in other systems, and then there are disabilities that need to be in special places because they need special care. So I would really encourage the community also to be supportive in these schools, so that it's not just one man mission or goal, but a community embraced task. It becomes easier for those doing the mission as well. And then for families, we need to also support them. There have been, I get so many cases whereby let's say somebody has a kid with disability and then the community now runs away from them. They don't get invited kwenda harusini. People look down upon them and they feel like this is an outcast or so. We need to change that narrative, extend our love. And most of the time this is happening because of lack of awareness. You don't know what causes autism. You don't know what causes endometrial Down syndrome, you don't know what is the cause of somebody's amputation. So you just make your own assumption of disability, which in this generation that shouldn't be the case. Like, information is everywhere. So before you make that conclusion, why don't you take a step or initiative to study it, to understand it? When I sit net close to you, you will not lose your leg. Exactly. You will not lose your leg. If we are attending an event together, I will just have to come early if I'm on a wheelchair or so. So it's not affecting, my disability does not affect anyone in any way. Yes, we do have severe disabilities that needs support, extra care and dedication, like whole life dedication. But also there is a way on how people can handle such kind of disability. So there's always a solution to each and everything. So if everyone can play their role accordingly, then I think we are going to make a world a better place for persons with disability. Government just making sure the policies that they're pushed are very much okay. The people that the policy has been enacted to commit yourself to what is given. If we are fixing infrastructure, we make sure they're all inclusive enough. If we are talking about the donors and stuff, if they're intentionally targeting persons with disability, then it makes even the work easier for persons with disability, because they will get to benefit, they will get to hear their stories and how best people can come with solutions with the global problems that we are facing. So basically, if everyone can play their role, then we'll have a better world.
Okay. As we're winding up, I'd like to ask you, perhaps in the next 5 years, where do you see yourself? Where do you see the organization? What is this one big thing that you're looking up to?
I am looking at an ICT hub that will be taking care of the needs of persons or youths with disability, because first of all, when it comes to technology, most of the time people tend to stay away from it. So you can imagine now people with disability, especially in Africa now, it becomes like it's something that is not for us, but it's something for everyone. So we are looking at if one day we can have an ICT hub that will be taking care of needs of persons with disability with special features that are supposed to accommodate this different type of disability, to me this will be a milestone, because technology is everything. Somebody on a wheelchair just running, doing their work at home on a laptop, that is a win. They don't have to be moving up and down. Somebody on a crutch, and there are also so many jobs that people can attain them online. So, but this comes when also people are empowered with skills and knowledge on how to do the work, and this is all technology. So if we can have that, then that will also be a plus and a change to the world. If we're also going to have we're going to have institutions, educational institutions, because most of the time the special kids end up in tertiary colleges, and this, what do you call them, other than the university and colleges? Tvets. So if we can find a way on how we are going to empower persons with disability to an extent that they get into university levels and stuff, that will be also a plus in a way. A plus in a way. Even have just very inclusive universities for persons with disability. That would be really, really nice, because we are not segregating. We're not segregating persons with disability, but at times our abilities need some time. You don't have you don't need to rush me, but I will get there. So if we have a space that accommodates our different abilities, then that will also be a win.
Wow. My viewers, this has been a very, very powerful conversation that we're having here with my guest. She is my friend, and we have just tackled almost everything, but we are looking forward to host her again in terms of what she's doing and what she wants to, where she wants to get. And one thing that we normally do here when you come is like the quotes that are there. You choose one quote for yourself, something that resonates with you, then you tell us what does it mean to you in a personal level.
Okay. I go with, you are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are the only thing. There'll never be another Ruth. There'll never be another Ruth Alia. I can mentor somebody, but they'll never be with me. They'll never be Clarice Mwakazi. So it's you. So you are the best thing. And anytime you're showing up there, be the best thing.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, as we wind up, what do you have to tell a girl there, a mama, anybody? You can just say anything that you want to share with them as we close.
It's not over until you win, and you don't have to win now. You can win at your own time. And you have the power of the time that you need to win. The more effort you put in something, definitely you'll get a result. When you just choose to sit down, then nothing happens.
Thank you so much, Ruth, for coming.
Thank you, Karibu.
I'm just hoping that this episode will transform many lives, because at times I believe people are stagnating because of who they believe they are. But if we can just change our mindset towards who God created us to become, I believe it will be a better world. And thank you, our viewers, for joining us today. Thank you for viewing. And don't forget to tag a friend, to share, and also subscribe in our channels. And also you may like to give us a woman of impact that you want us to come and host her. Perhaps she may share her story. It's all about impact, it's all about her story, and it's all about her power. Thank you so much. My name is Clarice Mwakazi, and I am so humbled to be the host of this program. Thank you. See you there.